when we were 4 years old.
Are you still friends?
Yes.
Were you at Ocean Reef with the Pinots the weekend of September 4th, 2022?
Yes.
What were you doing in Ocean Reef that weekend?
That weekend we were celebrating Ceci's 18th birthday.
Were you on a boat on September 4th, 2022?
Yes.
Were you involved in a boating accident that day?
Yes.
Before the accident, were you at a sandbar?
Yes.
Do you remember the name of the sandbar?
I don't remember.
Do you know how you arrived at the sandbar?
By boat.
Who was driving the boat?
George.
So, when you were at the sandbar that day, can you tell us who else was there with you?
Yes. There was 10 girls on the boat, I believe. And there was other boats at the sandbar as well.
Do you remember who was on those other boats?
I remember that there was about 4 boats.
Okay. Can you tell us who was on them, if you remember?
Yes, I remember the Suarez family was there, the Fernandez family, the Portuondos, and the Pardos is who I remember.
Okay. Were there also some boys that were at the sandbar as well?
Yes.
Do you remember who some of those boys were?
I remember a few of them. Diego, Nicholas, and Marco is who I remember. But I know that there was probably about 10 of them.
10 in total.
Yes.
Were you consuming alcohol that day?
Yes.
Do you remember how many drinks you had approximately?
I don't remember exactly how many I had, but I know I had a seltzer and a beer.
When you were at the sandbar, at any point, do you remember if you ever saw Mr. Pino holding an alcoholic drink in his hand?
No.
Do you remember having any conversations with Mr. Pino at the sandbar?
No.
And at the sandbar, you were mostly spending time with your friends?
Yes.
When you were leaving the sandbar, talk to me about when you were leaving the sandbar and what happened.
So when we got back on the boat, pretty much what I remember is we were dancing on the back of the boat, just really having a great time all together. And then we all took our spots and we left.
And was Mr. Pino on this boat as well?
Yes.
Did he seem intoxicated in any way?
No.
Did he seem impaired in any way?
No.
So this accident, did it happen on the way back from Billy's Point back to Ocean Reef?
Yes.
Where were you sitting on the boat, if you remember?
I was sitting towards the front of the boat.
And so during the boat ride back from Billy's Point, can you describe how that boat ride felt?
It felt like nothing out of the ordinary. We were, again, just all really happy and enjoying our time together.
How did the speed of the boat feel to you?
Nothing out of the ordinary.
Did you ever tell Mr. or Mrs. Pino to slow down or to change the way that they were operating the boat?
No.
And prior to the accident, had you been on a boat before?
Yes.
Do you recall how many times, more or less? I know it's hard to tell, but if you can describe for us how many times you've been on a boat before.
I would consider myself a pretty experienced boater. My family never owned a boat, but I had gone on boats with my friends my whole life.
Had you been on a boat with Mr. Pino before?
Yes.
And this boat ride on September 4th, prior to the accident, did it feel any different than any other boat ride you've taken in your life?
No.
So back to September 4th, that boat ride from the sandbar to Ocean Reef. What were you and the rest of the girls doing during the boat ride?
I just remember we were really happy, singing, enjoying our time together.
So there was music playing?
Yes.
And you mentioned everyone was sitting. Everyone was sitting on the cushion of the boat?
Yes, in their respective spots.
Was anybody sitting, and I learned this term just the other day, so it's okay if you don't know it. Was anybody sitting on the gunnel of the boat? It's like the railing. See that railing over there, kind of the railing of a boat?
No.
None of the girls were sitting on top of that?
No.
Okay. So you were saying that some of the girls were singing and they were dancing in their chairs. Did any of the girls have their hands up in the air?
Yes, I would say a good amount of us probably, as we were singing.
Okay. Now, what happened after the accident, after the impact?
I just remember opening my eyes after the impact and seeing a lot of white. And the first thing I saw when I opened my eyes was George, and I thought he was dead. I just saw a lot of blood gushing, and then my friends were telling me that I had to get out of the boat. And by the time I was going to get off the boat, it was kind of almost flipped. So instead of jumping from the boat, I practically stepped into the water because of how tilted it was. And then I honestly, I don't remember much. I just swam, and I swam to where Ceci was with Gati, and I tried to help her, keep her afloat. And then at that point, we saw the rescue boat, and I was just helping wave them down until they were nice enough to help get Gati onto that boat.
Okay, so a moment ago you mentioned that you thought Mr. Pino was dead. This was after the impact. Can you tell us why you thought that? How did he look to you?
Yes, I just thought that because there was a lot of blood gushing from his head and he seemed unconscious.
Do you remember if his eyes were open or closed?
I don't remember.
At some point you said you ended up in the water. Do you remember if anyone said to jump into the water? Did you hear anybody call that out?
Yes. I don't remember exactly who it was, but I know people were telling me I had to get out.
Do you remember if it was a female voice or a male voice that said to jump?
Definitely a female voice.
Okay. One moment, Your Honor. No further questions.